Hello, everybody! I had a little snafu. Welcome to Witch Girl Adventures. here on a Tuesday night on the Dotlet. I am so glad that you are all here to see what is assured to be pure, pure chaos. That is all I can promise you for tonight's episode is pure chaos. Because we ended last game with a full donation to fill the drama bar, and we ran out of time. And drama takes time. So I needed to give us an extra week. So we have been on hold. But before we jump into what happened last week and where the drama's coming from, let's go around and meet these amazing ladies that are here to play us a little Witch Girl Adventures. And we're going to start with actually the witch that was missing last week, Tiffany. How are you tonight?
Hello. I am much better this week than last week.
Yay!
So I am Tiffany. I am a part of the North by Northwest podcast with Dot. We do Dungeons and Dragons. I GM and play. And I also do cosplay things. You can find me at RTS Cosplay. But tonight I am back in the glory that is Percy Rosewood, our cybermancy and elementalism witch. And I am very excited to see what is going on. Apparently I have a hot date.
Well, I think everybody had a hot date, and thanks to all of your cunning wilds, I don't know how hot they turned out being, but that's okay. And by hot, your pool of might be considered limited.
Yeah, it is definitely limited.
With that being said, there are more things in the world than dating, which we may find out tonight. Moving right along to somebody who also did all of our artwork. Shauna, how are you tonight?
Excellent. I'm happy to get back, finish up this party.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm Shauna, Planksters on Twitter. I am playing Jess, the half-werewolf protection/healing witch, who kind of dished her date a little bit and kind of is maybe patching it up with her Yucatillion date until the vampires came on. Always the vampires.
Do you know what I find so humorous? They're convinced it's vampires. They're convinced. Oh, wait, they've been convinced it's vampires.
Oh, no.
Some girl saw a spider in the bathroom or something.
It might not be vampires, but the girls don't know that.
No, yeah.
They don't.
That's what we came to this party for. Is maybe there's vampires here.
It's true. Thank you for those bits out there. You can see them splashing up there right into the moon. You too can add bits to the moon. So thank you. So yes, Shauna, I did not mean to interrupt. Anything else you'd like to add about Jess and her current situation?
She's just enjoying a mundane party. Like, it's been so long for her.
You know what? That's true. We talked about that in the after show, which you can get if you join Patreon. And that, yeah, I thought that was a really interesting point and something even going into this I didn't consider last week about, like, Percy coming from Mundania too, right?
She does, yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So,
yep.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe have you been to a mundane party before?
She has, yeah, but she probably hasn't been to anything, like, big like this since going to Willow Mist. But, I mean, she grew up in mundane school, so.
It's true. Normalcy. It's so odd for only a few of you. Moving right along, for somebody it is odd for, Kika, welcome back, and tell us who you're playing.
Hi, I'm Kika. I play Elizabeth, the openly trans time and space and mentalism witch, who is half immortal and is apparently very good at fighting vampires, and came up with kind of this plan, mostly just as an excuse to go to a party. She has a...
You're 13 or 14?
13.
13, that's what I thought. That was my gut instinct. This 13-year-old has conned all these high schoolers. And has managed to, like, get into this party. What I would not have given to be that cool of a 13-year-old.
She's very tall.
She is! Like, nobody's questioned it.
And to be fair, all of us just act like it's fine and normal,
Yeah.
so no one questions the group.
No.
Yep, it's great. I just love it, the dynamic.
Who would question us? We obviously have it under control.
Obviously.
Yeah, and Elizabeth has a checklist for this party. She's already gotten dance off the checklist, so she's winning right now.
Yeah. I also think, you know, if you ever get back to your normal lives, you might even get a Hex Scout badge for dance. Bust a move,
Oh.
show your moves. I
You
dig it.
deserve more than a Hex Scout badge at this point.
It's probably true. That's so true. Oh man, moving right along. Catherine, how are you?
I'm surviving. It's been a week, but
Yep.
yes. My name's Catherine. I run the Gluttonous Geek, a nerdy food blog, and I am playing the divination and conjuration witch, Loretta Maytree, who learned that most high school parties are not how they are in 1950s sitcoms, apparently. And it doesn't always pay to be a mean girl. And if all else fails, make root beer floats out of the party host's own supply and give that to them.
That's true. That is what you did to satisfy her.
It didn't work. But
I mean, valiant try.
beyond that, but you know, befriend your befriend your attacker, and if a boy happens to be at the root of the problem, well, you just make that boy realize that his ways were wrong by befriending his ex-girlfriend. Because that's how things work in real life, right?
Actually, it's probably the most mundane thing you could possibly do. How super high schooler of you, Loretta. I'm
Oh,
so
goodness.
proud. I'm so proud. Moving along to somebody that has like you got to be cool on your Vespa last time. Like, Eris, how are you today? And tell us about Raven and her current boy situation.
Well, let me tell you. Raven was raised in Mundania, and she had to pretend to be mundane the entire way through, like, her formative years until she went to Willow Mist, including at her own house. So she has a lot of practice with this. But where she lived, she wasn't necessarily very cool at all. She's always been kind of tall and gangly. She's starting to fill out now that she's, you know, going through puberty and whatnot. But before she wasn't invited to any parties. This was not her thing.
Aw.
So she's living it up. She is enjoying herself. And she really hopes that scream is just someone saw a spider or something. But if she actually thinks it's a vampire, she's going to tell Tyler to run and start going for her wand. Hide somewhere. I don't know.
I'm so excited for this week because I've simmered on this. I left the scream open-ended, but before we get to that scream, actually, let's set this up. We'll set this up for everybody. High school party. John Hughes perfection. Fake zero alcohol beer in the keg. High schoolers pretending that they're drunk because they don't really know what drunk
Hold
is.
on. The beer, the 0% alcohol beer in the keg was actually turned to beer flavored cream soda.
That's right. That's why they
So
believe
it's
it's
even
beer. Yep.
zero beer.
Zero beer, it's cream soda, but it tastes like beer, and they're convinced of it. The night has kind of, I guess you could say, raged on. The five of you arrived with your dates, who included Brock, Tyler, Benny, Kyle, and Winnie. Last week we got to see the odd, somewhat awkward connection made between these girls and their dates. Now, let me remind everybody at home, the reason they took these dates is because their plan was to lure high schoolers to the snogging tree as bait for vampires.
Yup.
Okay, I'm just gonna...
Yeah.
Effective, if not really quite all that ethical.
I am prefacing all of this. So, to
Hold
hook-
on. It's our ethics witch who proposed this idea.
This is a thin veiled thing to go to
This
a
is
party.
That's
walking a
I was
fine
like-
line. So,
We're a bad influence.
yeah, I
We
mean,
are.
Yep.
let's...
We've really influenced Elizabeth.
And Raven thought sneaking out late was really rebellious.
So, what do you all do? But you dress in your best Mundania. You take a date with from the two boys you met in the diner a couple nights back, Brock and Tyler, who of course you bumped into in the halls of Willow Mist High, and were asked on a date to this house party, which just so also happens to be the head cheerleader in Brock's ex-girlfriend's house. Here we are. Music is thumping. If I remember correctly, everybody had kind of gone their separate ways, and the camera followed. The camera followed Jess and Benny. Oh, I'm sorry, Jess and gosh, what was her name? Jess?
Allison.
Allison, thank you. I had Alice written down. Oh, I have it right here. Just kidding, it's in red. Allison, you guys had walked out back to the gazebo, and there you sat. Ready to have kind of a very personal conversation, and right in the heat of passion, you hear a scream from inside the house. The camera cuts up to where we see Percy standing with a boy in what can only be described as a thick oak library. Quaint, more probably used as an office, but definitely is upping its status by the amount of books that sit on the shelves that line the walls. And this boy's name is Winnie. He's a bit of a techie. And more importantly, he has this kind of strange hipstery vibe to him. Both of you look in the direction of the scream as the camera cuts back. 2 hours. Percy, boys walk up, there's conversation. You have dinner, waffles, breakfast, whatever suits your fancy. He says almost nothing to you the whole time. All you hear is the click, click, click of his fingers on his cell phone. It's not until the Jeep ride over that you get even a whiff of mortality from this man. Boy. You're not even sure how old he is. This man boy. He looks up at you, finally, from the cell phone. In the back of this Jeep, the wind's like blowing your hair as Brock speeds down the highway, not watching the road, talking to Loretta. He says, "Have you seen this one?" And he shows you a, viral video.
No,
It's bouncing around.
I've missed the latest memes.
Me?
Memes.
Memes! I have
Yeah.
this one channel I love that's got the best memes! And he kind of, pips around and pulls open a new, app on his phone. He's like, "Have you seen this one?"
No, I was on a trip for a couple months. No internet.
No, what?
No internet.
Look on his face goes dead. He goes,
Yeah.
"Why?"
It was an enrichment camp. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Show me the video.
A constant... A what?
It was a camp.
Camp? And he goes, you can tell he's, struggling. And he goes, wait, and he gestures for you to hand him your phone.
Oh, okay.
And he passes it over and he plugs in his phone number and texts himself and passes it back. And he proceeds to text you from the back of the car, which he seems way more confident about.
Percy's fine with this. She doesn't mind at all.
He sends a few emojis, a smile, the usual, stream of emoji consciousness. And,
They have a weird conversation for a minute that's just back and forth emojis and they seem to get it.
Yeah.
But everyone
and
else
it's
is
actually a joke about Loretta and Brock, I'm sure. Because Brock is very clearly into Loretta, but is very clearly not really into him.
There's the guy emoji, then big eyes, and then the circle with a line through it, and then Loretta, a girl emoji.
Yeah,
he
sends the cross hands, yeah. back.
She's like, pray for Brock.
Yeah, and then he sends the like LOL and he like the crying laughing emoji back as he laughs, but you can't hear him in the back of this Jeep with all the windows down. Flaw. And but he does start to text you and he's like, so what do you like?
I'm big into gardening and video games.
There's like a pause. You see the little dot, like he's typing something, and you watch him like erase.
Like an awkward
And
combination.
he like erases and he goes, the message like bleeps up and it simply says, "It would be weird if I said me too, right? Period."
No, not at all.
He goes, "Cool, period," and he like sends it bloop. So you want to
which-
play a game? Period. And he like sends it back.
Yeah, what game?
He actually looks up from his phone and looks over at you like,
And she just like points at herself, like,
he types, "Ladies' choice?" ?
Cool. Percy. So, okay, question. The game we got stuck in where we met Bad Warlock.
Yeah,
Is there a mobile app?
of course
version?
there is. Why wouldn't there
Okay.
be a mobile app?
She sends him the mobile app version for them to play co-op in that game.
Okay, that game is called,
I don't even-
it's the Game of Life RPG.
Yes.
But you get to pick your time period to live life. That's how this works.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Percy is going to pick the Crusades.
Oh,
so it's like
God.
knights in armor. But it's not Grecian because we got stuck there and she's not about that life again. So she
Been there, done that, on repeat.
done that. We got out. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah. So Percy actually has played the game before, so she already has an established character with like full armor and stuff.
Okay.
Like it's clearly not a newbie character.
Yeah, I would say definitely not. Just for funsies, let's see like how great you actually are in the grand scheme of this game of life, as it's so entitled. Go ahead and roll if you have. I guess if you have a video game, I don't think that's one, but I would take computers.
I have computer program or computer use.
Computer use. I would take computer use. Plus, what is this? Your mind die?
It is.
It's definitely not your body.
I upgraded. Yes, so it's mind.
Okay.
Yeah, it is mine because it's a D8. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So-
Yeah, mind die, casting. I mean, if you wanted to do any casting, to like, if you had cast to actually get yourself there. Okay.
No, Percy just played this game.
Just
and
played this
didn't
game.
tell anybody.
Yeah, you're definitely in the upper crust of Mundania. This is definitely a mundane game, which is, maybe that's why it's your little secret, who knows. But it's definitely a mundane game.
She plays mundane video games and writes fan fiction, and she won't tell you about it.
Well, you are in the upper crust of this. Your tech skills are nothing to be, to nod at. So, he like, when you send it to him that this is the game you want to play, his eyes get wide and he clicks back to you, and he says, "That's one of my favorite games." And he's like,
I know.
"Cool, send me your server, send me your server info."
Yeah.
And it like clicks over and he's like in the game. And, he too is not, I don't think he's that high. Let's find out. He's
I'm gonna blow his mind.
his video game mind. Let's see. He's gonna roll. And we'll see how we do here. Yeah, no. He's not average. He's just above average, but he's nothing special. I mean, he's like your average kid that plays a lot of video games. Impressive. His level 125. Like a 400th level, whatever you want to be. And, yeah, like, whatever you want to be. And when you load in, his eyes go wide. He gets this glisten, and he's like, "What is your handle, Percy?"
It is. Oh, I had come up with one a while ago.
Did you?
I came up with my Instagram name during our 4-part. I
yeah.
think it was Percy Rose. So it's like basically just her name.
He goes, and you can only see him mad that you're a 400th level.
Yeah, right.
It's like he's in the presence of a celebrity.
And Percy's just like, yeah, it's pretty good, right? Like, yeah.
amazing. And he's like scrolling and clicking, and you can see he's making his avatar like bounce and I don't know, do whatever the like programmed dance move clearly is, because no mundane video game is complete without a solid dance move key. And you guys play this game for a while. You work together, which is good because otherwise you'd kick his butt.
It was co-op.
It was
We
co-op.
were doing it together.
You actually help him level up a few levels. The joy of traveling and adventuring in game with much higher level is that you get all the higher level
good
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, if Diablo taught us nothing. And travel with people that are higher level than you. You play until you pull up at the house. A multi-story, very nice, suburbia home. Definitely nothing to blink at.
Percy switches to text when the minute's just like, big eyes, like, wow. Like this place.
He goes, period. The best signal is in the library, period.
We should go and keep playing.
I would love that, period.
Yeah. Good plan. Thumbs up emoji.
I love that Percy ditches everyone to go play a video game.
She's very on brand.
She's my hero. This is not how I saw this going, but I'm loving this. So,
Well, I don't think Percy's romantically interested.
he doesn't
In the least?
seem either.
And so it's just like, let's make the best of this.
Oh,
And-
for sure. And he has made no untoward movements towards you whatsoever. He's very clearly not romantically interested in you at all. He has more of a relationship with his phone than probably anything in his life.
Wow, big mood.
Right. So,
Well, we found the virgin.
So, I love that this is, you guys are also, anyways, hung up on the virgin thing. We'll deal with that in a minute. So, he loves this idea. You guys arrive. I'm guessing then, Percy, you have no problem telling the girls. You're just gonna, like...
Yeah, we're gonna go scope out the house. And she's definitely not gonna be like, we're gonna go play video games in the library. We're scoping out the house. And so Percy, locks arms with him more as a way to, like, push through the crowd.
Yeah,
And, like, we're going.
we're going. You guys probably then head in first, the two of you. You're gonna go up the stairs, past the bathroom. And he takes you kind of down a narrow hallway to a room that has no door. It's just open, and it is in fact an office. Very nice oak wooden desk, books everywhere. Definitely upper class Mundania for sure. And he's like, check it out. And he goes into one of the drawers and pulls out the Wi-Fi password and drops it.
Even make me guess it. Yeah. And Percy, like, connects her phone, but also kind of is, like, scoping the shelves, seeing what these books
Yeah,
are.
seeing what's up with the books. Okay.
Yeah.
The books, you very quickly realize a lot of them are law books. There's a high probability the man of the house is, or the father is a lawyer. It's probably where they get all of the monies. He has no pictures of his family anywhere in this room. The only thing in this room are his books and a very clean desk that probably never gets used.
Ooh. Well, this is boring. Percy walks over to the desk and, like, sits down in the desk chair, but then also is gonna snoop and starts, like, opening drawers just to, like, see what's in them. She's not, like, rifling through stuff. She's just like, is anything in here? Is this an empty desk?
Right. Okay.
She's nosy.
You start going through the drawers. There's one locked drawer. One locked. The rest of them are open. The bottom drawers seem to have files and household things and, deeds and usual adult bleh. And the other drawer has office supplies, some small stuff, some folded letters, but nothing of interest, at least in the unlocked drawers.
Boring. Okay, she's lost interest.
Yeah. He goes, hey, so we're gonna play, right?
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Cool. He clicks and gets into the Wi-Fi, and he makes sure to slide the password over to you.
Yeah. She connects in and we'll start playing.
As you start to connect in, Percy, it seems to be a problem.
Oh, that's weird. I can't get on.
What? No. You can have like.
I mean, I can use my data, but that kind of sucks. Let me see. And Percy is going to do some like dig in troubleshooting, try to like, connect, like try to get into like the router to see like what's going on.
Cool.
Technically, she doesn't need magic to do. She can just
True.
get it.
That is very true. Yep. Go ahead then and roll the tech. It's like a technology roll or a hacking roll.
We'll use computer use again.
Yeah, computer use is fine.
6.
A 6 is not too bad. It's not the internet. You're connected to the internet. It seems to be like every few times you try to tell the phone something to do, it's like it's fighting back a little bit and not wanting to listen to you. If you cast magic, you might be able to figure out what's going on. But as you continue to click, and he's kind of clicking too, he's like, hey, what is going on? He's like, I've never seen that before. It's kind of weird. It's like it's shorting out or something.
Yeah, that's super weird, right? And Percy is going to cast just to like figure out the Wi-Fi. So I know there's some like cybermancy like level 1 spells where you can deal with like Wi-Fi.
Yes, there are.
I don't have the book open.
It's okay. I just popped it open. I just gotta find cybermancy. Let's see, because I think
the nice thing about the fact that Percy is a digital witch is she casts with her phone, so it is very easy to hide.
True. That is super duper true. So there's can enhance a cell phone magically, granting it increased service. A cell phone can get service anywhere for free. The spell may be cast on any cell phone. So that's a rank 1.
Yeah, there's like some firewall or like Wi-Fi connecting spells in there. So I feel like something like if she's like trying to diagnose like the Wi-Fi connection, I feel like that would work.
You could do magic hacking. It's a level 3. You augment your computer skills with magic. She casts this spell on a computer or a jump drive, which gains cybermancy as a bonus to her computer skill. So roll it as a computer skill, but add your magic hacking. So it would be like it's going straight into your cell phone is how we'll play that.
Oh, so add like casting and cybermancy to my computer use?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, okay.
She's like, that's what I've been looking for.
That is.
He turns away
really
for a second.
High plus if I'm adding all of those together.
Yeah, that's why I was like, we're going to see if we can get something a little stronger out of her.
21.
21! That's really good. He turns away for a moment. You're like, I'm so done with this. And you like, and you click away as he turns, adding magic behind those fast-moving fingers. And, and we lost somebody.
Well, we lost Eris.
Oh, we lost Eris. She'll be back, I'm sure. I'll see if I can't reset our cams. So, you click away very successfully, and you very quickly realize that somebody else is trying to use your phone. You can see them hacking in from a separate IP address. They are trying to take control of it.
Is it the same IP address I tracked earlier?
Yes.
That was the witch hunters.
Yes, it was.
Percy just goes, son of a bitch.
He goes, what is it? There's no reason to use, like, foul language.
Okay, first off, sit down, Winston. I can use whatever language I want. Second,
you called me Winston.
Oh, yeah, Winnie sounded dumb. Anyways, you're welcome.
He's falling in love with you, slowly but surely.
Okay,
You're saying all the right things, Raven. Percy.
I can use whatever language I want because I am being hacked, and I am hacked off about it.
No! He kind of like gasp and like surprised, like, no, this can't be. Yeah,
it might surprise you. Pissed off a few people recently, but it's okay. We can deal with these.
Are you a bad girl? Like the one my mom always tells me about? You know, like, do you do illegal things? I'm not supposed to do illegal things.
No, I don't do illegal things. I just made a couple people mad, and they're getting back at me. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh man, are they gonna come after me too? We just adventured together. Is it somebody online? My mom says that I'm really not supposed to give my information out.
Winston,
Yeah.
look at me.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine.
You know, maybe we
You're
can go back to
not a
texting.
target.
I'm feeling a lot more comfortable that way.
Okay, that's fine. Winston, it's fine. You're not a problem, and you're not in trouble. Your mom won't be mad at you. Okay?
You get a single letter K back.
Cool. Deep breaths, buddy. And then Percy is going to go back to trying to block out the person hacking her phone.
Okay, he keeps like leaning over his shoulder. He's like, you know, did you ever see that movie Hackers? You really shouldn't be doing that. I saw it one
Winston,
time.
Did you just make a Hackers reference at me, Winston? What year is this, Winston? Look me in the eyes and tell me what year this is.
And he's still like stammering and stuttering. And Percy, your phone begins to vibrate. The screen goes black. You have to react now.
No!
What do you want to do?
Percy is...
He's distracted you with his Hackers reference.
Yeah, you did. Did you see a payphone here, Winston? Sit down. Oh my god, I don't have my books open. Let's see. Percy, so my screen went black.
Yeah, it's kind of gone black, and you can see the little thing like clicking. You're about to literally go into, as he says, hackers. You're about to go into a literal like hacker battle to keep your phone under control.
Oh, hell. Yeah. Percy is fighting this monster. And she is using magic to do it.
Okay.
I don't know a spell right off the top, but we can use my same computer use.
Yeah, you can do the same thing again. I mean, you're technically, using your phone that way. I would say, I don't know if you have other things, but yeah, that would work.
That's probably my best
Oop.
option, quite honestly.
Okay.
Ooh, I have my bag with my stuff, right? My
Yeah,
bigger
you
bag
have
purse.
all of your things. Yeah, as much
Okay,
as you'd like
perfect.
to carry to the party.
Yeah.
There was also shopping that
Percy-
happened. I forgot to tell you that too.
That's fine. Percy is going to, as she sees the screen start to flicker, she's going to quick rummage through her bag, pull out her goggles, throw them on, and then start like hacking back to see if she can see anything else with her data goggles. She looks not as cute as she did before because these
He
things
goes,
are, like,
whoa, those are really cool. They kind of look like those laser tag ones that were at, what's that place my mom took me that one time? Oh yeah, Brave and Dusters.
cool story, bro. Give me like 5 minutes.
He goes, hey, can I mess with those? And he kind of starts trying to
No,
distract you
no,
again.
no, stop it.
Imagine there's like a lot of like batting of hands.
Stop it. She's like typing.
Okay, so let's get the first roll. So you have to fight back first, correct? And then you want to do the data goggles to learn more information.
Okay. Basically they just let me see more, like I can see how the data is like moving and the signals and so if there's anything extra it shows me, that'd be great, but if not, like I don't know.
So at 23, we're gonna have them
Fight me.
fight against you. Oh, it helps if you type the right things, Chelsea.
You get my phone over my dead body, you witch hunter.
I don't actually think that they can beat this. In actuality, I am unsure that they can beat it, but
I mean, I am a rank 5 cyberman.
it's true.
4 in casting and 4 in computer uses. So like I have a lot going in there.
They definitely did not. Okay. So at a 23 and 16. This is pretty simple. You see the other person on the side has some skill. Like they're nothing to like nod at. It takes you a second. The kid keeps trying to bother you, and between that and you trying to concentrate, you see with your data goggles, there's nothing odd happening on the phone. It's functioning appropriately. But the code says somebody's trying to hack in from the back door, right? Like even if somebody breaks in the back door, this house still looks the same. And that is all. There's nothing wrong there. But you do successfully manage to keep them out. As you hack and they hack back, your phone begins to kind of spark around the edges. And as you hit that final send to, like, cut them out, the phone, like, and goes dead.
Okay. Percy will, like, take her goggles off, put them in her bag. She's gonna rummage around and pull out her electric cube and a charger cable. And she's gonna plug her phone back in, hoping that it went dead because of the battery.
The battery? Okay.
She hopes.
You're just looking for just straight up battery power, nothing else off your cube?
Yeah, no, the cube basically is like an infinite power bank. Like a portable power bank.
Perfect. You plug it in. It does have the battery that flashes. That's the moment you know it's real empty, like tanks on E. And it starts kind of flashing, and as you sit there charging your phone, what should be a black screen with just a battery, you watch it as the battery disappears, and that little white thing flashes again. And it says, "We found you," period. And it goes away, and the battery comes back. And Percy, you hear the sound of crashing glass 2 rooms down, and the scream of a few girls.
Winston, now might be a good time for you to hide, buddy.
He's
And then
already under the desk.
She goes running out of the room.
You hit the hallway, and the camera cuts back outside to Jess and Allison. Loretta, you're still, like, in and near the kitchen, right? You were off with, what was her name? Monica. She was the popular girl, Monica.
Mm-hmm.
And do tell. I can't remember. What were Raven and Elizabeth up to?
Elizabeth was dancing.
Yeah, we were
That's
shaking
right.
up the dance
That's right. You
floor.
were cutting a rug. Well, over the sound of the thumping music and the guy next to you, who is definitely still trying to start a mosh pit, you hear breaking glass upstairs, and then the sound of a bunch of girls scream. Jess, what do? You're the farthest away. We'll start there, and then we'll move our way into the house.
Oh, she's like, I think she was just like in the middle of that conversation, and she's just hears us like, oh, we're gonna have to have this conversation later. Just stay put, hide behind there, and I'll make sure you're okay. And
what is it? What is it? She kind of looks
don't
around
know.
in paranoia.
I don't know. Just stay put. We'll have this conversation later. Jess is gonna cast she's gonna cast Dome on her.
Dome. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that you're gonna protect her.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell her, like, kind of scoot her off into like a hiding space, like maybe behind a shrub or something, and just cast Dome.
Okay. Yeah. She's like, oh, as it booms around her. It makes a very silent noise. You can't see it in the dark of night, which it in fact is. Just by the time you do this, I'm going to say pretty successally. I'm not even going to make you roll for it, just for narrative purposes. You hear the sound of more crashing glass.
Okay. I'll tell her quickly. Text me if anything happens out here. I'll be right back. Are the windows open upstairs?
They are not. The windows are very much closed. All you can see, because it's outside, there are a few people out here as well. There's a pool. There are a few scraggly high schoolers in the pool that are actively trying to get out and grab, like, a towel or something.
Mm-hmm.
But the house itself, the light's coming out, and so all you see are silhouettes. But on the back side of the house, it's only like the open sunroom, I guess you could say, that has a lot of glass, and then a couple windows upstairs, and you don't see any broken windows. They must have come from the side of the house.
Okay. I am gonna just use hyperspeed just to run into the living room, and then try and go up the stairs.
Okay. Hyperspeed. How fast does it tell how fast hyperspeed is? That's a otherkin, right?
Yeah, that's an otherkin thing. I think it's like 10 feet per level.
How many
that you can
levels?
move. Like 3.
Wow. Okay, in a turn.
That's really fast. Yeah.
That is
You can go
really fast. That is really fast. Okay. Yeah, you, like, zoom into the house, almost breaking down the back door as it swings and slams open against the wall. A few people here in the kitchen are already like cowering in the corner and now look over at you, terrified. They point up towards the stairs, and the camera cuts. When the dance floor has basically dissipated, the moment the glass breaks, people kind of start running. Raven and Elizabeth and Loretta, you guys are all kind of in the same general area. What do you do?
Raven will really very quickly say, Tyler, go hide somewhere, and essentially just run up the stairs.
What does Brocky do? What is Brock doing right now?
Brocky,
Yes, Brocky.
we have a pen name for him. He loves it too. And, Brocky, he's like,
What's he doing right now?
He's might have wet his pants. He goes,
Ow.
I'm not scared. He's kind of like holding himself. He goes, Brocky, and he kind of smiles. Another glass breaks, and he's like, do you want to go? I'll take you home.
Actually, could you get Monica to safety right now? I'm gonna try to find my friends. I'll be right out. I promise. Okay.
Monica? And he looks over. She looks terrified as well, of course. And he's like, yeah, okay, I could do that. And he grabs her hand. She lets out a little squelch as he pulls her out towards the front of the house. Elizabeth and Raven.
Well, Elizabeth, on autopilot, is going to pull out both her wand and her sword.
Your date hits the ground, looking up at you, terrified.
They come out of the extra dimensional pockets in her sleeves, so it's like...
High schoolers scream. I would say, Jess, you hear a second round of screams as well as you start running into the house.
Raven's already, halfway up the stairs. She's just gone.
Raven's, bolting.
Yeah,
Elizabeth is going to use her super half-immortal speed to follow and probably catch up.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah, you're probably gonna mow me down. It's fine.
Right, you guys both make it up. I would say Raven gets up with Elizabeth hot on your trail, and as you both round the corner off the stairs, you see Percy at the end of the hallway. The noise seems to be coming from the doors, the bedrooms on either side. A few girls have already stumbled out, and you hear a few pounding on another door.
You said there were pounding on a different door?
Yeah, there are basically 3 bedroom doors up here. All of them were closed, of course, because party. One of them has opened up and has had girls spill out of. A few of them are running for the bathroom. A couple cut down past you as you make eyes with Percy at the end of the hall. One of them is either locked or they can't get it open because somebody's on the other side of it, banging, trying to get out. You could hear them.
I'm assuming has Percy seen more than just Raven at this point? Are Jess and them?
Has Percy seen? I would say you've seen Raven and Elizabeth. Since all this has gone down, you've not made eyes yet with Loretta or Jess, but you know that they're here.
Percy's gonna run towards the closest open door and yell "Help get that door open!"
Yeah, I was essentially gonna just run to the closed door and see if I can try to get it opened.
I think I can open this.
Can mentalism affect anything you can't see? If you know there's a lock on the other side of the door.
I was just gonna grab the doorknob and rip the door
I was about to say,
out.
she probably could rip it open.
All right, sure.
Yeah. Show your brute force strength. By all means.
Let's destroy private property. Let's do it.
I mean, we can mend it if we need to.
I love that we're worried about the private property and not all the high schoolers watching this go down.
Look,
Yeah.
people are more valuable than property.
It's true.
I'm gonna have to brain fart everybody, aren't I?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth, make the check. This is just a flat body die, and if you feel maybe athletics,
Yeah, I was thinking athletics.
that works. I think that's one of your stats. Yeah, let's do athletics. Jess, you hear Percy
Elizabeth
shout.
can't not extra.
Yeah, I'm
can't
just
not.
7?
running.
7. This is a basic mundane door. It takes you a couple tries, and then you rip it open. Out pour 5 or 6 cheerleaders. They almost barrel through you, Elizabeth, bumping into you as they burst down the stairs. Jess, the camera cuts to you, and you watch as a horde of cheerleaders come pouring out. And you can only rightfully assume they just like bustle straight past you out to the backyard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna push past them.
What were they doing in those rooms?
Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Actually, it looks like they were up here drinking. There's a bottle of wine, and
Good.
they were most definitely playing Spin the Bottle. The boys that were in this room, as you all are like, what the hell is going on? Bottle, window. There are two figures carrying two bodies out the window. They crawl like cockroaches around the edge. Standing between you and them are I would say two figures in all black. And when I mean all black, you can't see their faces. The suit that they wear covers everything. It shines like a scuba suit. They wear these black goggles with silver rims, breathing apparatuses, and all kinds of things. And they stand there with guns. These kind of high-tech weaponry. And you hear one of them breathe from underneath the apparatus. Witches.
What? No, I just have a sword.
The figure behind is definitely female. You can tell. And she steps out from behind him and pulls a sword.
Oh no!
Oh.
Sword fight.
Yes.
And the camera cuts. I feel like at this point we're probably going to go into initiative.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have
Yep.
everybody tell me what your reflex
Everybody's
is.
gonna be a rock.
What is your reflex?
Reflex? It's just a straight reflex.
Yes, and I don't think you have to roll it. Just tell me what your reflex number is.
Oh, 15.
7 for Percy.
Just
11.
15, Percy. What was yours, Percy? 11?
7.
7.
Gotta look for the. Oh, shoot.
Raven. 11.
Where's my combat?
Loretta
10.
and Elizabeth.
12.
12. Perfect. I love that everybody has different numbers. That makes this easy. Jess, you're up. I'm sure that you have bolted up the stairs while all this is going down to see the door open and the figures kind of standing in this room.
Oh, yeah, she knows these are, like, hunters of some sort. Like, her dad told her about hunters. So, yeah, she's just gonna go full, like, half werewolf.
I love when I love when Jess goes out.
And then, what do I want to do to this? I am going to, you know what? I'm just gonna try and, like, knock them to the ground and just kind of, like, give them a good, like, straight up, like, full strike punch.
Great. Yeah, you just bursts through the door and goes to land a solid punch. I'm going to say, you want the one with the gun or the one with the sword? There's also, here's the other thing. There are 2 more of them in the room next door.
Mm-hmm.
And you can rightfully assume there might be more behind the other door.
Oh, God. Oh, can
3 rooms.
3 rooms, probably 2 apiece.
I really want to. Let me see if I have anything that I can do this. I am going to pick one of them. I'm going to try and go for the one with the gun, and I'm going to just throw him against the wall and try and just, like, break down the other wall.
Okay, nice. Like the wall into the room next to it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I dig this so much. Okay. All right, let's get that roll. If you're not using any magic, just make sure you add your bonuses for the otherkin transform. So your strength die, or your body die, plus fight. Do you have fight?
I have fight.
Yeah, okay,
Yep.
let's do fight.
All right, so body plus fight. Okay, let me just figure out where that is on my thing. There it is.
Fighting,
Oh, boy.
fighting.
D10 plus...
So here for this.
Oh, boy. Oh, 13. Okay.
Go. 18. What is there? Damn. Okay. Well. Wow. Okay. So they take 7 points of damage as you do in fact lift them up by the throat and toss him against the wall. His body goes through straight sheetrock. crashing through to the other side. Dust emanates into the air, and you can now see the other two in the room next door to this one, the other two witch hunters standing there.
Okay.
There's kind of a body-sized hole.
You know what? This might be a double beneficial thing. I am going to I'm just gonna howl at the top of her lungs, just to intimidate them and maybe scare some of the kids to leave.
I love that. Okay. Jess lets out a giant howl. Let's roll an intimidation. That's what this is. You're trying to get people out of here.
Okay, what would that be?
Do you have, I bet you don't have an intimidation. I know that I think there's something like that that's actually, leader. I take leader. Boy. I take, there's scare. Scare is one. Take scare. That's a social. If not, you can just roll a flat social die, because that's what this would be. I'm trying to see if there was anything else. Yeah, that would be it. We could do it by scare. We could do it by leader.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's go that route. Scare's the best one, so we just say a social die. Boop, ba-da-doop, boop, boo. You let out a howl. You hear somebody downstairs go, "Oh my God, it's a werewolf!"
Oh.
And she runs out of the house as she hears you. It seems that most everybody's cleared out. The only person that has not is poor Winnie, that was hiding in the library at the end of the hallway. He now stands behind Percy, kind of peering out the side of the doorway. Everything is between him and an exit. And just because I'm a very evil GM. He is grabbed, Percy. You turn around and something has come into the room and grabbed him. It looks to be a vampire.
Oh, no.
He has slung him over his shoulder. He's like kicking and screaming, "No, no, 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 no!" It's headed for the window. We cut to the next person in order, which I believe is Elizabeth.
Okay, so did Elizabeth see these people taking people from here?
Yes. You saw,
okay.
Yeah, there were two figures in the room that you kind of kicked the door in on or pulled the door open on that exited as soon as you opened the door with two people on their shoulders, and you can now hear, I would say, down the way, you could hear somebody else like fighting. There's also a door that's unopened, which may also have more people behind it.
Okay, so this is Elizabeth's mindset. She doesn't want them to be taking people away, and getting away with them. So can she try to use time and space magic to fold space around the house, so if someone runs away, they end up running back the other side, on the other side of the house?
Yes, that's a big spell because of the radius of effect that you want. It's not on a person, and it's got to affect literally everybody in the radius.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have to be really high. Let's get the roll first, and I'll maybe figure out what actually happens.
Yeah, that's just where Elizabeth's brain is at.
Yeah, Elizabeth's like, I ripped the door open! Time magic! Just
yeah.
Pew! So let's just see. Yeah, okay, you're like, oh, if I could just make a time loop. I love it.
Well, a space loop.
Well, yes, you're right, a space loop, because it's not time, it's just the space that we're in. So I guess casting time and space magic.
Casting time and space, Raven, and my wand.
And your wand, yep. And then, of course, whatever's at points it costs to actually cast it at that level.
Oh, you tell me how many zap it costs.
Well, this one is gonna be a lot. At a 19.
19, that's pretty good.
Pretty good. Alright, so what does it look like as you try to cast this? Let's start there.
She has the sword out, and this other person has their sword, and she's like, yeah, heck. And she just pulls her wand out and waves it while she still has her sword in front of her. She's gonna have her guard up, no matter what. She was trained
Yeah,
As
a
an immortal.
fighter. Yeah, you were trained as a warrior, so you immediately get your guard up. You use your sword as kind of a barrier between you and her, and before she can even make a motion with this actual katana that she carries,
And it's just a swish and a flick.
and you
And then a few sparkles like spurt out of the end of her wand.
as
And
this,
that's it.
I was about to say, as this happens, the sparkles almost like the air catches them and rips them outside. So I was looking for a 20, but a 19 is mostly successful. So instead of saying it fails, I'm going to say that it succeeds to some high degree, but not exactly as you wanted it. So you hear a few people scream, which is not unheard of for the current situation, and then everything goes silent. It does seem that you have trapped everybody in some kind of bubble, space bubble. But other than that, you don't know if everything is worked like you want. You don't even know who's still on property. If the vamps are here or they're more outside, you have no idea. But the area or space around the house seems to be caught in some kind of space bubble because the sound has stopped of the wilderness outside and the passing of cars and suburbia, as well as the screaming.
Okay, I hope that worked. I'm not talking to you, you jerks with your weapons and your assaulting children.
The woman here does not answer. You can hear again her breathing apparatus. And they look at one another, and it's not their turn. It is Raven's turn.
How many zap do you think that would?
That was a
cost, by
lot.
the way?
That was. Did you base it off of any one particular spell?
Not really.
Not really. I would say then that would be, if you were going to do it fully successfully, it's probably a level 5 or a level 6 spell that was very high.
Okay.
So you would have probably pushed yourself a lot. Because you just trapped everything in a bubble.
Well, good thing for me, Elizabeth has 28 zap.
That is a really good. Yes, that is a good thing. Eris, what does Raven do in the moment?
Okay, so she, everybody that is intruding on the room that she can see has a breathing apparatus, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna make the breathing apparatus into pebbles.
Oh, the thing that they're like using?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna turn those into pebbles.
Okay, are you trying to target literally all of them? Because in sight there are 4. Or are you trying to target one in particular? Because all 4 of them is going to make it a much more difficult task.
I'm gonna try to get as many as possible.
Okay.
So I do wanna try to get all 4, but I'm not 100% sure
Okay.
it will work. So as I reach down and pull my wand out of my hot top. 1D, and this is 10. Actually, I'm going to animalize them, because that's my signature spell. So
There
I'm
you
going
go.
to turn them into little hummingbirds. I'm gonna
The
let them go.
apparatuses?
Yeah, I'm going to turn them in and let them fly out the broken window.
Okie dokie.
Let's see. That's plus 9. 11.
11. We'll say with that, you managed to get 2 of them. You watch as 2 of the apparatuses, the one in the room that you're currently in, not the one next door that we've had a body thrown in on them. Oh no. One of them, the one in this room, and we'll say the one that Jess threw. Their breathing apparatuses right before your eyes that kind of loop around their ear, and you can see they're like sewn into the fabric. Poof, into these birds that you hear like chirp and fly out of the open window. They thud into something. You hear a zzz, and they fall.
Oh no!
It seems that Elizabeth has in fact put everything in a space bubble, but it's much closer than expected. It's about 7 feet from the exterior of the house, and anything that touches it seems to have some kind of electroshock.
Or good? Or
So it is keeping everything in.
the brief life of these breathing masks.
Yeah, those
Nothing but
those
pain.
breathing apparatus birds just crispy fried like mosquitoes on a lamp.
Oh god.
no!
The woman looks at
Tiny little chicken wings.
yeah, tiny little ones.
Sorry.
But it will keep everything in. You're assured of that.
Oh no, the kids.
Hey, moving right along. That makes it Loretta's turn.
Wow. Okay. So, are there still kids being dragged away?
You don't actually hear sound anymore. It seems that if they were being dragged away, they were either gone, or they're outside of the perimeter of the space bubble that Elizabeth has like captured you in. So you're not really sure. You have no idea. There seems to be no more shouting going on. We'll say that.
Okay, so do we still have woman with sword, person with gun, and who else?
Currently a vampire in the room with Percy and Winston.
Okay.
That's true.
Percy is, I guarantee you, yelling.
Are they within sight, or she's able to see them at this
They're
point? Or
in the room. They're trying to drag Winston out.
Cool. Loretta is going to cast. She's gonna wiggle her nose and cast Chain Gang. Which is on one of these pages because,
What kind of spell is it?
It is Conjuration, so that's page 446. Okay. The spell acts as rope trick, only instead of rope, the target is wrapped in chains and locks. The chains have 10 life points and can be broken free from a very hard body or urchin skill roll.
Okay. A hard.
Very hard.
A very hard. Okay.
Yeah. So
who are you casting this on?
Vampire.
The one that's in there with Percy?
Yeah.
When you hear Percy shout out, you run down, you round the corner. This thing has already turned. The kid's on its back. I'm gonna have you cast first.
Okay. So that is
Loretta, thank God.
3, 10. Where is my roll 20? Yeah. That's not me. 17.
Right. Nicely done. Okay. 17. That's pretty doggone good. Alright, they have to roll a body roll. It is a vampire. And if I remember correctly,
They're pretty high body.
they get a high body because they're vampires. But these are also normal vampires. Like, these don't seem to be ancient ones. Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure I had that right. Okay. Alrighty. They're gonna roll D10 for their body, plus their oh no, it's just a flat body roll, right? You said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll see what the difference is. Okay. They take, that would be 12, so it hits. 12 points they take against
Well, it's only broken free by a very hard body roll, so whatever number qualifies is very hard.
9 does not qualify as very, just hard. So they don't make it. What happens to them?
He is wrapped in chains.
He
and
gets
unable
bound.
to move.
Okay, well, he can't go anywhere. He hisses. This kid that was kind of like on his shoulder is also somewhat partially, I say bound. Like, he's not going anywhere. He's like latched onto his shoulder. He's like, help me! Yeah. He's like, I'm live streaming! He's clearly like straight up YouTube live streaming this business.
Winston, why would would you do that?
Well, because he's attached to his phone. He's like, you're never gonna believe this, look! And he's trying to capture the whole thing on camera.
Winston's
But
not doing
can-
himself any
Oh.
favors. He's not doing
But-
himself favors.
Can Data make it through the space bubble?
You don't know.
Percy's gonna lock that down when we're finished with vampires.
I was about to say, you don't
Don't
know.
even
He believes he's live
worry.
streaming, if it means anything.
Don't you
gosh.
even worry. I'm gonna erase his phone.
Taking that from him, and I'm telling him what's what.
Winston.
Okay. That makes it, nicely done, Loretta. Percy, it is your
Okay.
turn.
Perfect. So, kind of, I would think this happens at like the same time as Loretta's like running in.
Mhm.
Percy's like, Loretta, help! Like, Winston, no! Like, she's just like yelling. But I would like to cast two different things if I can. I want to first cast Sunburst over the vampire to
Okay.
create daylight.
Okay.
And then I want to cast Friendly Fire, which basically allows me to create flame in my hand, and I'm going to go running at him to set
Okay.
fire and pull Winston free. I don't know how well I'll do with that last one.
Okay.
But Sunburst first.
Let's start with Sunburst.
So that is a 16. And then Sunburst, so it's like real light. It's a hard difficulty body roll or be blinded. While blinded, the target is -1 to rolls that require eyesight. Sense die lowered by 1.
Okay, so let's just start here. It
Is that a hard difficulty?
hard. I don't think 8 makes it. I think it has to be 9, 10 for hard. I'm double checking. Roll. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. They don't make it. Or he doesn't make it. So he is, you said blinded, and now he takes -1. Well,
It's
that
-4 to rolls that require eyesight and sense die lowered by 1.
Okay, perfect. So none of that at the moment because they're bound, but it is an effect that's on them. I'm gonna let you get your fire in place and run over. You will be able to either put fire on the vampire or help your friend. You can't do both this round.
Okay. Well then, what I will do first then is Percy will cast sunlight to like blind the vampire, and then she's going to run over and try to pull Winston free.
Okay.
And once he's free, she's gonna burn an 8.
Okay.
But so I guess, oh no, if I'm pulling him, that's body, isn't it?
It's gonna be a body die, and any athletics or strength-based things you feel like are applicable. It's at a bit of a disadvantage here. One, it can't see you, so it's not like it can be able to attack you. But yeah, you're gonna have to roll.
That's just a straight body die. And that's a 2.
Okay. Well, he may be able to hang on. Let's just find out.
She just needs to get his, like, feet free, or whatever.
You actually, he's like slung over the vampire's back. So
Oh.
when it was running away, you actually have his hands, and you're like pulling at his hands. You get to everything but his feet. They're now stuck, like caught on its shoulder. But it can't
Winston,
go
work
anywhere.
with me.
He's like, I'm sorry. He's still like live streaming. I can't believe this. Moving us right back to the top of the order. Jess, you have successfully thrown that witch hunter through a wall.
All right, I am just going to. You know what? Lights out for him. I'm gonna full strike him and just be like, you thought there could be defenseless witches here, and then she's just gonna just like deck him, like just like as he's on the ground, just like maybe through the floor. I don't know how hard.
Well,
she's
he's
hitting
actually
him.
laid on the ground because you threw him.
Yeah.
So if you like hopped on him or something like that, you could just flat out punch him if you wanted to.
Yeah, she's just gonna like kind of just like lunge and just like punch him. Okay, that's gonna be +1, so it's whatever that is.
So body die +1 for Jinx plus your fight.
Ooh, this is bad for this guy. Yep. Okay.
Okay. Well then. Excuse me. He can't fight that. He can't. So you punch him. It hurts like a lot. Because his reflex is 13. So wow.
The punch does 1 damage. He's staggered, and yeah, she has a extra +3 for damage.
So it does another
Claws.
point of damage. He's thoroughly injured. I would say he's injured. You actually see blood begin to pour from... Well, you can't. You hear the crunching of a nose underneath the black, like, full skull mask as you punch them in the face. You might see blood, but they wear black. Like
Okay. He's just like, yeah. So over him, I'm just gonna like kind of like block the hole I made with this wall and just try and maybe corral these remaining 2. While
Okay.
the girls just kind of deal with
Deal with
the
the rest of them?
vampires and this random one. Yep.
All right. Oh, I didn't take a turn. My vampire hunters did not get a turn.
That's fine.
How
I
did
don't
I
mind.
do that to myself?
It's perfectly fine.
Um,
You said vampire hunters?
Or they're the witch hunters and my
I
vampires
was
too.
like, wait.
Different show. Sorry. Yeah. Right. So they have a 13, which actually does put them right behind Jess. That would be the hunters. I'm sorry, the vampire. The hunters, on the other hand, I think they have. Theirs is also 13, so we'll just do them all at the same time. That's fine. The hunters and the vampire. All right. So here's what's up. The hunter, one of the hunters in the room, has the sword, the woman. She's not happy at any of this, especially not watching her mouth apparatus dissipate and then zap itself into oblivion. So she does have her sword. She's going to draw it. She seems pretty skilled with it as she like, and she's going to attack Elizabeth. So here is her roll. Tell me if this hits your reflex, past your reflex. Oh yeah, 12. Does that beat your reflex?
That matches my reflex.
Oh, matches, it hits. Which is okay. So it only does.
Oh, no.
6 pieces of. It does. I gotta do the math here. 3 points of damage from your life point pool. Yeah.
Yeah, being half immortal, that's reduced by 1.
That's right. So 2. Nicely done. Yeah, you guys watch it. You hear the ting ting swing swing of swords. This creature fights with this woman fights with grace, and many years worth of training with this blade. You can tell. But Elizabeth holds her own as she manages to slice you, to catch you, and she kind of poses again as if ready to fight for a second time. The other hunters are going to go. The one on the ground is dealing with the fact his face has been pounded into the ground, so he's kind of like, he's going to basically lose a turn. He's stunned or stammered or whatever it was the state was. The other 2 in the room see this happen. They're now staring at Jess. Both of them cock.
One of them has a thing missing, right?
They do. They have a breathing apparatus missing. Okay. It doesn't seem to... Oh, the one on the floor is the one with the breathing apparatus, the one that just punched.
Oh, okay.
The other 2 in this room still have them. You can still hear them running, but you're not sure what or why for yet. They cock their weapons, and you guys hear 2 blasts, blow, blow, as both of them fire at Jess.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
That's
The good
better
news
me.
is for all of you, because that's not what I want to. There is So tell me what your reflex is.
Reflex is?
Yeah, I've got to beat your reflex. Hang on, since, yeah.
Oh, they gotta be a 17.
There, that's literally can't happen. They fire. The first one fires. The second one fires. Plow. Miss, as it doesn't even affect you. Miss. Plow. Another one. They're like, they kind of look around unexpectedly, like, nobody said there would be a other kid here. It's just supposed to be a party.
Surprise.
It's a surprise party.
I really hope they didn't hit their friend.
I don't.
I do.
You can take
I kinda-
take the other hunters out. That's fine.
That's their turn. They can't really do anything else, and it passes over to Elizabeth. You stare down this ninja-like woman.
Elizabeth says, "The only reason you're doing so well is because I'm afraid of hurting you."
Okay. And how would you like to attack?
I think Elizabeth's really like uncomfortable like attacking a person because she's afraid of like straight up murdering them.
Okay.
This is someone who's trying to murder you. Just remember that.
I know, but she's a confused 13-year-old. Can she
Turn them
can
into
she-
a rock. It's in the rules.
I don't have that spell.
Oh, that's fair.
Can I use teleport to teleport Billy to me? I need my emotional support Billy here.
Okay.
Poor confused Billy.
Okay.
Can that be a button? Emotional support, Billy.
Let's just support Billy.
Okay.
You're just now bringing my boyfriend?
Billy was having a sandwich or something. It's like, what?
All right. So I would say
And
if
having
you
dinner.
have a teleport spell, it's going to cost you a lot of magic to do this. You're also teleporting him into your space bubble. So just so that you know, you're taking space that's outside of a highly controlled space bubble, and you're bringing him into it. So there are a lot of
Oh,
things that
that-
could go wrong here.
That
Please
still
don't kill
didn't
my
work as
boyfriend.
intended, so can I just drop the bubble?
You absolutely can drop the bubble. It will actually
Okay,
make
drop
this
it.
easier.
I drop the bubble and teleport Billy.
Please don't kill my boyfriend.
He was my roommate
Oh
first.
no!
You
It's
drop,
gonna look like Loretta's on a date with another boy. Oh no!
Oh,
drama,
date.
drama, drama. Okay,
Oh
So,
my
I'm
gosh,
so here
this
for
is
this.
great.
Do we know where Billy is? Like to teleport him
this is half the danger.
from? Okay.
This is why it makes it
I'm hoping
real
the
hard.
fact that- I'm hoping the fact that I'm holding the sword he made helps, but it probably won't. But in Elizabeth's head, it helps.
All right.
Do it.
You release the bubble. When you release the bubble, the first thing you notice is that the silence of being caught in a different literal space than something else. When you appear back or the bubble releases, screaming outside. Of all of the high schoolers that are trying to escape and go somewhere. It seems like chaos out on the lawn and in the back near the pool. A 28. Okay. Let me just look. I want to make sure that Billy, because here's the thing, you actually still have to get past Billy's resist magic. Because
I
like that,
doubt he has a 28.
he definitely does it. He definitely does not. And a 28 is very good. You also rolled a critical on your 12, which is
All I'm saying is that I wish I could roll a 28 in this game. I wish it was possible. Like,
Okay.
If I could even roll a 20, that'd be great.
Oh,
all right. So, most immortals are somewhere between 13 and 15, depending on how ancient they are. So you do successfully manage to connect with him. You can feel it. I'm gonna say you get him here. He appears in the room. He seems to be in the middle of something when you ripped him from time and
Oh.
space to deliver him here. And he lunges forward with a sword. He's covered from head to toe in some kind of, like, between dirt and potentially blood or mud. You're not 100% sure. He's got a rabid look in his eye. He was clearly in the middle of combat. Somewhere else. His shirt is kind of partially ripped open. He's very sweaty. He has some armpit stains, and he's like, ah! Where am I? And he points to his witch hunter. He immediately, like, points at the woman. She spins, to notice him. He's so very confused. I guess we'll add
Really?
him into the order.
Emotional support, Billy. Oh god.
Well, he's
And then
arrived.
Vex waddles onto the other side of the witch hunter and uses grow to get big.
Whoop whoop whoop.
Yes.
The woman now is looking smidge overwhelmed. This room is now very crowded. Very, very crowded, in fact. And
I wouldn't.
Why wouldn't it be? That makes it Raven's turn.
Well,
Damn.
that room is. I think we're taken care of there. I'm gonna move on to the next room.
Okay, so there's the one that Jess is in. That kind of door had been broke open before you arrived. That has 2 witch hunters in it. There's a door that is unopened, and then there's the like archway that goes into the library area where Percy is, and Loretta.
Okay. Well, Jess has one-on-one. She's fine. I'm gonna to the other one in that room. I'm gonna turn them into a black rock with silver writing saying "Witch Hunter who tried to shoot Jess." It's gonna be engraved on it.
Go
Good.
for it. Cast that transmutation. We need. Okay.
Alteration.
I believe in you.
Come on, 12.
A 12. You're lucky. A 12 hits this witch hunter. Would not have hit the woman in the other room, but it does hit this one. And
Yes.
the
No rock.
he is now, they are now a rock. This man, Jess, that was shooting at you, you watch as his body kind of like, he gets really stiff and kind of pauses for a second, almost like a statue, as his face turns to stone, and then he shrinks down into about a fist-sized rock. That's some writing on it. It's a bit too far away for you to read right now.
Yeah.
In the middle
Jess
of
knows what's
combat.
up. She looks behind her and just like, no.
Raven's in the door like, yes! There is one more here. They cock their shotgun once again, and the camera cuts to Loretta.
Oh, can I duck out of the door so that he can't immediately shoot me? Because
Yeah.
he's more likely to hit me than Jess.
Yeah, for sure. We'll say that you got cover. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Loretta.
Hey, I think that she is going to run to where the most noise is coming from. So it's probably that room with the other 2 witch hunters.
The ones with the you mean the guns?
Yeah, with the guns.
Me and Winston flailing. Like,
Yeah,
don't
you're like trying to pull it. This vampire's like "Huh," frozen, and can't really go anywhere. So Percy,
That's fine.
you almost saved your friend.
That's fine. That's fine. You did bind him.
Oh,
He is
gosh.
chained.
Yeah.
That is true.
And she sees the
One of them left standing.
yes. So she's going to conjure up something else.
Okay.
She's going to call monster.
Oh my.
Yeah. Goodness, that is page 46. So yeah, she's just gonna cast conjuration to call monster.
Okay.
Come back.
There
And
are
I'm guessing the Raven effect applies.
The Raven. Yeah.
She's near us.
Yeah, I'd say
Okay.
so. Near enough.
Okay.
I'm in the hallway.
17.
Okay. That's enough magic for sure.
And she summons a flying monkey
Okay.
for the room.
There are so many weird things in this upstairs area.
You hear it as it pops into. Does it follow your command? Is that how it works?
Yep.
What do you want it to do?
I want it to
Because it's gonna take its turn now.
attack the witch hunter with the gun.
Take his gun away.
Don't give the monkey the.
All right. A flying.
Come on, give the flying monkey the
A
gun.
flying monkey has a +4 to fight and a body of a D8. So I want you to roll a D8 plus 4.
I'm
D8
just
plus
imagining that like Hellboy comic.
That's yes.
Yes.
4. Does the flying monkey get the Raven effect?
Yes.
Sorry.
It is an ally.
It is technically an ally. It's fighting.
Okay,
Raven
so-
is a friend of
I-
all
I-
flying monkeys.
So that's a D8 plus 5. And that will be an 11.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So here's the thing. An 11 actually doesn't do damage to this Witch Hunter, but it does distract it. And it's now, like, flailing, holding the shotgun. It's like, get away from me, you crazy... So, yeah. It's currently in combat with a flying monkey. That's all I can tell you about that. Percy.
Percy wants to get Winston fully free.
Okay.
And then she's going to fire in her hand and attack the vampire with it.
Okay. So, let's take and make another body roll.
Percy needs to gain some athletics. That's a 2.
Percy. Okay. I'm gonna let you roll a second time, kind of like an advantage, because he's helping you. I swear to God, if you roll
Hey,
another
that's a 5!
Okay. We'll take a 5, and now the vampire is going to roll to hang on to his feet.
He is bound in chain, so I don't know where his hands were in relation to that.
Well, he kind of had him over his shoulder like this, and then, like, she bound him.
Yeah, so his one hand.
His one hand's, like, hanging on to just the feet, and you can hear him, like, as he's, like, hissing and snarling at you. Okay. They rolled a 5. I'm gonna give Percy the benefit of the doubt, because, obviously, Winnie is working with you, not against you.
Kicking.
Kicks it, and pops free. You and Winnie go tumbling to the ground. The vampire is still bound. It hisses, really upset.
Winston, run! Get out of the house!
You saved me!
Yes! No, go!
I love you.
Oh, cool!
Okay, wait! My cell phone! And he points and he dropped his cell phone at the feet of the vampire.
Winston, fine! Okay. And Percy, while going over to it, is gonna, like, grab the cell phone with one hand to, like, chuck it at him, and then makes fire in her other hand. She's gonna cast friendly fire. So it doesn't burn her, but she can, hit the vampire with it for 4
Do you have
points.
any athletics whatsoever?
No. I have a D6 body die.
Okay.
But I'm hoping that because I'm literally
Well, he has a D6 body die too.
on the
So
floor.
the first things first, you toss the cell phone. So I'm gonna have you roll a body die. This is a little more than what comes in happens in an actual turn, but okay.
3.
A 3. Great.
Middle.
He also rolls to catch his phone.
Winston, good. Pick up.
Winnie is not letting his cell phone drop. Your throw is lackluster, to say the least. He's scrambles and catches it at the very last second, hands free. The cell phone, like, pops in his hand. He looks up at you again, starry-eyed. Thank you. And he runs. You guys hear the pitter-patter of feet as Winnie heads down the stairs. Nicely done, Percy. Jess. The one on the ground is still alive. And you have one in front of you that's very distracted by a monkey.
Yeah. Yes. I have an idea. Alright, while he's distracted by this monkey, I am just gonna facepalm this dude and throw him into the other one on the floor.
The one with the monkey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Start a witch hunter pile here.
Great. We'll slam one. I'll say that if you manage to actually slam this witch hunter into the other witch hunter, and it beats both of their, reflex, they'll both take damage.
All
Are
right.
you, like, power bombing the hunter? into the other
Basically,
hunter?
Yeah, I am like one. Yeah, Jess is like crazy. So she's like palming, just like boom, like head into head or something like that. Like,
We get out of this alive. Percy needs you to help teach her how to be like, nimble and shit.
Okay, so let's start with the fight. This is what
All
this
right.
is gonna be. You'll have to beat their 13. Both of their 13. Get out of here. 13. That makes 9 over. No. Yes, 9. So success. Very high success as you grab one of them and body slam it into the other. The one actually spatters even through his like face mask out blood. You see it as the other one slams into him. You hear the crunching of bones. You don't know whose ribs, but somebody's ribs have been broken. The one that you originally punched is not looking good
Okay.
at all.
That can be
He is currently probably completely unable to even be able to lift
good.
the other one. But that one, like, you hear it squelching. The monkey also, as it
Oh, yeah.
flies for the both of them.
Oh yeah, the monkey's next. The monkey's gonna get. He's now on the
Getting
ground,
its
and this monkey. Yeah.
Pound time. Okay, well, I'm gonna say one of the witch hunters, the one on the ground, is no more. The one
Okay.
in the room with Kika, or the one in the room with Elizabeth and Billy, is going to do some fancy smancy stuff. She did
And
not like
Vex.
that. And Vex, that's right. So she's going to see. You hear her kind of raspy, judgmental voice hiss out from underneath her mask as she says, "Can't do it by yourself, little witch. Have to call your friends." And she
I don't need to
swings.
prove myself to you.
Let's see if you say that from the floor. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. And she's going to. We'll say Billy is probably. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Great. Cool. I just needed to know what I was rolling against. Gosh. She swings at Billy. And she says, "Then let me take something that clearly means something to you." And she swings at Billy, like, unexpectedly, like, "The fuck is, what the hell's going on here?" He actually probably screams out at you. Because he's now defending himself and he had no idea this was coming. Come on.
No, Billy's not a witch.
Okay. Well,
Can't hit him anyways.
Can't hit him anyways. That was a bad roll. Billy, like, sidesteps as she kind of almost goes tumbling. He catches her off guard, which is unheard of for somebody with her skill set. That was her turn. One of them is basically incapacitated. The other one on the ground at your feet just attempts to stay. Actually, it doesn't. It rolls over and sees the incoming monkey. And cocks its weapon and fires at the flying monkey. It does fire at the flying monkey.
You would kill a monkey.
Oh, you guys are killing me. Reflexes is 11. Okay, here we go. I keep going to the wrong one. Let's see. D10. Fire. It doesn't hit the monkey. Praise be. Okay, it doesn't hit the monkey. Blast! Blow! Your monkey, like, dives to the side as it continues to probably dive bomb, I'm guessing, him on the ground. He's like, "Oh no!" This is like Wizard of Oz's Nightmare Fuel Gang.
Yeah. There's
Oh,
a lot
there's
of
more.
weird noises coming from this room. There's a giant crow, there's a wolf, and there's a monkey now.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna believe this.
Nope. And there can be more flying
Actually-
monkeys if you want.
Just, I'm gonna give this to you because I know you have the best sense. Roll a hearing-based sense roll for me.
Okay, hearing based. Oh, why is that thing blocking? Hearing, so 4, 8.
It's very squirmy. He dodged all that buckshot coming his direction.
Whoa.
Alright. A 15. Off in the distance, you hear, "Woo, woo, woo." The police are coming.
Oh crap.
Oh, yeah, you just hear like a growl. Police are here. Police are coming.
It rings out. I would say at that point, all of you hear it. Even the witch hunters look at the like window or like out for a moment. We keep going. I think that covers all of them. The two. Oh, vampire's turn. Oh, it doesn't get to break its chains, does it? Can it break its chain every round?
If it makes a hard, very hard body roll.
Very hard body roll. That's right. You told me that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which sounds like some kind of.
It has
like,
to roll a
hard
10.
body.
It has to roll the 10. It doesn't. And you can hear it like. It's like trying
Clinking of chain.
so hard. First, you're watching it like writhe around like an animal.
Yeah.
Making it Elizabeth's turn as well as Vex's turn.
I want Elizabeth to use age on this hunter to turn her into a small child, and then for Vex to sit on her.
Okay, let's start with the first part of that. Let's start with the first part of that. Let's turn this hunter into a child. The woman with the sword, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, that weights it a lot. She begins to revert backwards as she's in combat with Billy. And before you know it, the suit they wear is significantly too large. It hangs off their limbs. The sword, like, they can't lift it. It's too tall. And you hear them like, and then Vex, like, plops down. This is a child, and Vex is significantly larger. Are you wanting Vex to harm the child?
Oh, he's
Just to
pinning
pin
her.
it. Just to pin it. Okay, that's what I needed to know. Like, are we smothering this child, or are we just pinning it?
Elizabeth, like, tries to look cool, and she says, "Talk shit, get sit."
You're mean. And cries, and like Billy looks over at you for the first time, and I'm gonna make Billy's turn right after yours, Elizabeth, since you brought him all the way here. He looks at you and he goes, "What is going on?" And
It's me, Elizabeth. I had a growth spurt.
No, he like points his sword at you. It flames, and he says, "Why am I here in this mundane hellhole?"
I was very nervous when I missed you, and I teleported.
I was in the middle. He like takes a moment. He says, "I don't know where I should be, here," and he hears it like blow from the room next door. The screaming of people outside, or if I should go back to the front line. So I don't know. And he kind of like slams his sword to the side. It cuts clean through a side table in this bedroom.
I think you should take this opportunity to catch your breath, calm down, and maybe have some water. Have you been staying hydrated?
He like pants. He's covered in filth of war. His clothing is on him, but barely in certain places. You can see his chest has already got a wound on it. And it's about this time you hear not the pitter-patter of feet going away, but the pitter-patter of feet returning. And a voice yells out, "I've come to help you, Loretta!"
Oh, no.
As Brock bridges
God.
the stairs.
Oh, Billy, Loretta's turn.
Oh no.
Billy simply says, "Who's that?" And
Wait,
now it's Raven's turn. Raven, your
Thank
turn.
the gods. This is when Raven cries out, "Elizabeth, I need time. Give me some time. We get this cleaned up and leave." And I turn and I look at the vampire and I say, "We're gonna need to talk to you later." And I turn it into a rock that's black, and it says, "Vampire needs questioning."
I feel like you guys are labeling your leftovers in the fridge. Does it have an expiration date too?
Smiley face
Let's
with like
just
angst.
Belongs to Raven. Do not touch.
It's like the text. It looks like a label maker.
Yes.
Not
Fires are
microwave.
gone.
All right, let's get this transmutation spell on this vampire.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
For
Yes.
a vampire,
Yes.
I got
Please.
so many NPCs right now.
Oh,
Never in my
please.
life have I had so many NPCs. You need to beat a 13. Come on, Raven, you can do it.
16!
Nicely done. The same thing happens. It manages to like crank its head around because it's literally held in place thanks to Loretta. It manages to crank its head around. And it's like hisses at you and it goes nah, as it turns to stone, and then it.
Percy's gonna pocket that.
I mean,
It's next to her.
Now have
I
the
can
black rock.
conjure. I can conjure another flying monkey if you want more NPCs.
Oh God, the monkey's like, ah!
Oh.
Please don't! Okay, no, so, that makes it, that's well done, Raven. That actually
Thank
makes it Loretta's turn.
Oh gosh. Okay, so we have a child under a bird. We have 2 witch hunters that are still distracted by flying monkey. And do I hear Billy yelling from the other room?
Oh, you hear Billy come and call it. Yeah, you hear your name. Loretta, I'm coming to save you.
Right. So, do you want another flying monkey?
No.
Okay.
You do whatever you need to do. I promise you, I will meet it with every ounce of my energy.
Here's an idea.
Hmm?
Flying elephant.
That is not actually in the monster
Oh, yeah,
thingy.
it's got to be in the monster
Have you
guide.
ever seen a housefly?
Oh god.
Oh, Raven.
Sorry.
Loretta!
Not sorry.
Loretta! He yells out again.
I'm okay. You can go home now.
I'm gonna have you roll. Are you gonna use magic on him to do that, or are you just yelling that out? Because that's
I'm
not
just yelling
gonna,
that out.
That's not enough. He comes bustling past, and you hear the stopping of feet as Billy meets him, chest to blade, just like stops him.
This is awkward.
That's. Would you like to have your turn now,
Sure.
or your conversational turn? I guess because you turned this thing into a rock.
Boys, we'll talk, but give me a minute.
And she then conjures up, like, who's actually not distracted or bound up at this point?
The only one left is the guy on the floor dying of internal injuries, and thanks to Jess, and the one that is blasting at your monkey.
Flying monkey.
But they're on
Okay.
the ground.
I'm going to get the one that's still intact in some chains as well.
Great. Go for it.
Yes.
This one also needs a 13 to successfully
Okay.
bind them, and then they get they get a body die. We said that.
Okay, and Raven effect?
Raven effect for sure. So I'll have you roll first. We'll see if it hits, and then I'll roll my strength.
21.
Yes. Okay. Well. Nope. You win. By a lot. So you're the one that successfully wins. The chains come up. It's already on the ground. It's trying to like pinpoint the monkey. It doesn't even see the chains coming as they wrap around them out of the ground. These transcendent vines. And you hear Billy's voice cry out, "Stay away from her, you person, you!" Clearly.
Billy?
he's not-
Billy? Billy?
He turns, but he doesn't move the blade.
I imagine
It'll be
Elizabeth
alright.
is like right behind Billy.
Percy's come to the doorway and is watching.
You and I will discuss this later. Right now, there are police coming, and
Is that something we should worry about?
Hmm.
Yes. Percy
And
says
she-
to the doorway.
If you could stop time, that'd be great. I could
Okay,
do a
time's
lot.
up.
Can I still cast another thing at this point?
So here's what I'll say
If you wait till the time stop, you'll get +5.
to do all the things. So I'll say that you have this conversation. You see Brock rear back and start to go punch Billy right in the face as he's turned to look at you, which we all know is going to end really poorly. And I'm going to guess Elizabeth uses this as her cue to cast Time Stop.
I'm gonna punch the dude with a sword?
It's just gonna bounce off him.
Obviously not very, very smart at all.
No, he is
We
not
already
Superman.
knew that.
It's like punching
Could
a
I
brick
just
wall.
really quickly just turn all of the rest of the witch hunters into labeled rocks, because that's essentially the plan. I'm just gonna
Yep.
do that and collect them. That's
Totally. So
Yeah.
let's just make sure. Go ahead, Elizabeth, and roll the time stop so we can just see how powerful it is and how many people you kind of encapsulate. We'll say, Raven, you guys have done well enough where if nothing else, you could collaboratively easily turn them into stones. One of them was very, very injured, but
Yeah, can Jess just like do a light heal on him to make sure he's just not dying?
yeah, you managed to like heal his broken bones a little bit. He says thank you right before you turn him into a rock. Yeah, okay. And 18. Yeah, you managed to stop time. Do you include Billy in that?
Yeah,
Okay,
Billy's my friend.
but
So it's
not
the
Brock.
5 of us and Billy.
Brock is stopped, Billy is not stopped.
Great. Billy's
Oh
like,
God.
as he's getting ready to, I'm sorry, Brock is rearing back as he's getting ready to punch Billy. Billy turns just in time to see his hand like, ooh.
That probably wouldn't have hurt. He can't even catch a thrown ball properly.
Who's
I know,
the
I just-
dork? Says Billy.
He's a dork.
Ding, ding, ding.
Don't
He
worry about
And
it.
why was he
Was.
worried about saving Loretta? Has he had to save Loretta before? Loretta, are you in trouble?
Oh no, we're fine here. He's just an idiot.
He looks him up and down. He looks like an idiot. He's not bothering you, is he, Loretta?
Not anymore. And he won't. And Loretta goes over and kind of taps him on the, boops him on the nose and casts Forget.
Okay, you'll get a +5 to that, plus the Raven effect,
Okay.
plus any other bonuses you'd usually get to wipe his
Yes.
memory. How far back
Forget
are you
he's ever met you.
wiping
Oh
it?
no.
It would probably be to the point of seeing everything in that room, or basically getting up to that room.
So up the stairs, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So he remembers the
Um,
attack on the house, but he won't remember anything after he comes back to get you.
Yeah, like when he sees everything, like sees us, sees Billy, all of that.
Okay.
So that would
I
be.
feel like while this is happening, Raven, Jess, and Percy are like just making rocks and pocketing them.
15,
Yes,
so-
basically. Yeah, you guys are like healing. Sorry, you're a rock, you're a rock, you're a rock. You collect all 4 of the rocks. Does anybody check the door that's closed?
I'll go with
I think
Raven.
Raven wanted
Yeah.
to.
The 3 of us
Um,
will.
That one door is not locked. The window stands open. Clearly, more students have been taken. The remainder of their clothes, there were clearly 2 people in here, maybe making out. You're not really sure.
And
they
that
are
would be a
gone.
22.
Wipe his memory. He doesn't remember just before coming up the stairs. None of that happening. Do you move his body, or are you just going to leave him there and move around him?
Little help, maybe?
Billy easily lifts Brock up. Frozen in time over his shoulder. Still, like, slow motion, like,
Okay, let's just put him at the bottom of the stairs, maybe. We need to go. Now. Now would be very good.
Billy puts Brock at the bottom of the stairs so that when time restarts, he will definitely punch the wall. And, without a shadow
I'm
of
sure
a doubt.
that Billy totally did not do that on purpose. No, not at all.
All of you leave before the cops arrive. As the slow motions, you can see the sirens. The time stop only works in a radius of, I guess you could say, so far out, and you can still see them coming at full speed. Where do you all go? Help me like understand where you're headed when you exit the house.
I'm gonna text Allison just to just jump over the back. Go.
There's no response.
Oh no.
She is missing, along with all the other students.
They're all fucking gone.
All of
oh
them?
God.
Everybody that they've either actually left, like evacuated the facility, but there is no sign of like dead bodies or anything like that. There's no children here whatsoever.
Are there any cars still? Okay.
Wasn't Allison in that bubble?
Yeah, she was in the dome.
She was in the dome. She's not in that physical location.
The dome gone?
The dome follows her. It's cast on her person. It's like a shield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so question, Jess, do you want to follow your friend out? Maybe
don't-
we can track her, or I can steal a car and we can all just hit the road.
Percy.
I don't.
Yeah. Yes?
Can you track this number? Track this number.
I mean, I can try. Sure.
I don't.
I don't
Where'd
know
the other
Where are we
kids go?
going? We need to
but
go.
We need to go.
Yeah. Take one of the cars.
Car. Yeah.
Car.
Okay.
You guys take.
Billy's.
The truck is still there.
Let's take
The
Brock's
Jeep?
truck.
Yeah.
The one with no doors on it?
That's the Jeep.
No, the Jeep.
That's the Jeep. The truck would hold all of you. Would hold all
In
of
the
you,
bed.
all 5 of you. No, you could
Yeah.
sit
Okay.
like the
Oh,
the back
it's
of
a-
it would be real
Oh,
tight.
God, who-
But
Oh, it's a
Raven's driving the truck.
All
Okay.
right.
Get in.
you toss your, I'm guessing, Vespa in the back of it too, just so
Yeah.
it doesn't get left behind.
Jess is tough enough to just sit in the back without like.
Percy will get in the back with Jess, and they'll be like really close, and she'll be trying to track the phone.
Go
Okay.
ahead and roll the track before you exit the property. The time is still technically stopped here, so you have a little extra bonus to that too, Percy.
I want to grab a bottle of water for Billy from
That's
the
good.
kitchen.
Billy needs it bad. He seems.
I'm gonna
heavily
grab
injured.
a couple bowls of snacks because I'm sure there were still snacks on there. So I'm just gonna grab on my way out.
Okay, so you rolled
That's
an 8.
Her
Maybe
computer
grab a new shirt for
program.
Billy.
So you try to like pinpoint it. Instead, what you hear is diddly
You
dee
need your
diddly
shirt.
dee diddly dee dee. Diddly dee diddly dee diddly dee dee. And it's off, like you can hear it in the backyard near the tree line.
Jess, I think she lost her phone.
Diddly dee diddly dee diddly
I'll go
dee
check
dee.
real fast. Like,
You bolt over there as fast as you can. You look down, and there's her phone at the base of a large tree. You can smell her. You look up, and she's in the tree. She's climbed the tree for safety. She
Okay.
sits terrified, tears in her eyes. She's dropped her phone, and she
Okay.
looks down. She all but jumps on you, Jess.
Okay.
As you run you and her back, she's sobbing as you toss her in the car. She's trying to say something, but
Okay.
she can't get full words out. As you speed away, where are you headed there?
yeah.
Oh God, I don't know. I'm just at this point, Raven is going to just drive away, probably towards uninhabited areas, wherever that may be, so that we can, figure things out where it's not going to attract a lot of attention.
Fresh in Raven's mind is the one place that's quiet, secluded, that you were taken just yesterday evening. You speed your way all the way out to the Snogging Tree, a place where only teenagers know to go, in hopes that maybe somebody came here you don't know, but you just need a moment to think. And you zoom out to the Snogging Tree. As you hear Allison in Jess's arms, sobbing, she says, "They said they were taking all of them. They took everybody I watched. They just gathered them up and took them into the woods. They said that they had to go find the tree."
Oh, they're at the tree. It's like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. We got you.
She goes, "Where are we
You-
going?"
To the tree.
She cries again. Billy looks over at all of you and he says, "I have a feeling something's going on."
Oh yeah, something's definitely going on. We're
Just
right in the middle of it
things.
too.
Oh my goodness, are you hurt? And Loretta just conjures up a med kit and just starts cleaning, like,
I imagine you're laid out in the
And-
back of this pickup truck because there's not enough room on the inside for this, and he's like, he rips the rest of his shirt open so you can pat the wound clean. He looks up at you. It's very romantic as you speed down in a white pickup truck to a Snogging Tree, where you were conceived, Loretta. And
Have our dates. We have our dates from Yucatan, but we're in no. This is not how we wanted to go to the Snogging Tree. In this mission.
You avoid the police as you arrive. Percy, I'm sure that you are keeping tabs on everything related to the news in this situation. Maybe even tapping into a CB radio of sorts.
I think she is also tapped into Winston's phone.
Oh,
because
Winnie!
He was trying to live stream the vampire, and she figures if he got taken too, he would be showing, he would be live streaming what was happening.
Who would be live streaming what's going on. You go and check his, I don't know, we'll call it his Wobble or something. Oh wait, Wobble's what they call it in Lucifer. That's the social media. It's like a Snapchat,
Yes.
but it's not a Snapchat. And trying to track him down. The radio, you turn the radio in as Raven skids in underneath the tree at night. The radio reports, this just in. Student arrested. Star of the football team. For mass vandalism. And potential murder of his fellow students.
No.
Poor Dumb Rock.
Oh, no.
I love that we're all like, are we bad people? I don't know, but it's funny!
Oh no! Of course
A
he's not
potential
invited to this
murder.
party. This is bad for Brock.
As
This
the
is bad.
camera cuts, we see time start up again as the police woo, skid in. Time restarts. Brock punches a wall just in time for the police to come through and find his fist in sheetrock. They blame him for everything. He says he doesn't remember. He claims that somebody spiked the beer, that it was all hallucinogenics, man. He keeps saying as he claims that he didn't do it. He didn't do it. And he can't remember anything from that night. And we're going to stop there with the radio broadcast of Brock being arrested for the assault on a high school party.
Our
Such
nights with
terrible
Brock,
people.
he has suffered greatly.
I know.
This is what you get for being an asshole to the toadstools.
It's true. He had it coming, right?
Did he?
Did he? I don't know. But
He
you guys
did. He did.
Sure made sure he
Oh, yeah,
did.
come on.
All right, let's pop over. You guys tell us who you are, where we can find you online doing other amazing things, and we'll get out of here to go record an after show, which all of you at home can gain access to via the Patreon. I'll be dropping a whole bunch of that this week, so thank you all so much for tuning in. If you haven't already and want to support the channel, simply following the channel is a great way to do it. Non-monetary, but you always know when we go live here on the Dot Lot. And the next time we'll be live is actually tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock, for a Scum and Villainy campaign, The Purloin Code. And I'll be honest, they are in just as much trouble as this crew is. So we'll see. I guess we'll see how that goes. But let's go backwards. We're going to start with Eris. Eris, tell us where we can find you.
Hold on, we're not in trouble. We're fine. Brock's in trouble. He's the one that's in trouble. I am Eris Savad. I've been Raven Callahan. I'm having an absolute blast playing Raven. I'm making labeled rocks. I'm driving the getaway car.
I feel like we're going to have to get you some kind of like...
fantastic. I'm going to get the guy at the end. This is just great.
I feel like we're going to have like an organization system for your rocks. Like you're like now collecting them, but what everybody doesn't know is you're actually a serial rock collector. They're actually things that used to be living that now Raven labels and keeps in stone form. It's kind of messed up, yo.
It's true.
You know what? If Raven goes bad, she's just gonna have a really kick-ass rock collection.
Pet rock, oh no.
That's a new take on Pet Rock.
Oh, pet rocks. Yeah, she's gonna have pet rocks. Anyways, I'm Eris Savad. I normally sew stuff. I'm a stitch witch in real life. You can find the things I make on erissavad.com. You can find all the stuff that I'm doing on my Twitter at Eris_Savad, just like it says down there. Because you're watching the Dotlat, you can get 10% off by using the code DOTARMY on my website. So check it out now because there's lots of stuff. There's some pretty good thematic Halloween-y stuff on there. So check it out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's spoopy time. Go get spoopy.
It is spoopy time. You can get your spoopy dice tray or bag before Halloween.
Spoop up. It's time to spoop up. Moving right along to Catherine. Catherine, where can we find you?
Yes, my name's Catherine Barsonistas. I run The Gluttonous Geek, a nerdy food blog at thegluttonousgeek.com. And I also run a weekly cooking show called Munchies and Minis, where I first make a tabletop or Dungeons & Dragons inspired snack, and then work on painting a mini. And I'm also, I also was on this past weekend's Sunday Fundy as a kitty.
Meow.
Yes, meow. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at gluttonous_geek or here on Twitch at the Gluttonous Geek.
Very nice. Kika.
Hi, I'm Kika. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/KikaVO. I don't really have much of anything going on that I can talk about outside of this show unless you happen to be going to PAX Unplugged, in which case I have another queer and non-European world building panel that I'm running, and I'm going to be on another panel with some D&D Beyond people about using the basic player's handbook to make very interesting atypical characters.
Interesting. That's cool. I'll be looking forward to that. Oops. I closed the screen. That's not helpful. That would make it, Shauna. Shauna, where can we find you online?
Hey, Shauna, flying to yours on Twitter, where I have art and all the games I'm playing, including on Saturday, it's Hell's Rebels, where I play just the most terrible bard, and we're just living our terrible, noble lives. It's great. And on Pro Stars channel on Sunday, it's The Phase, where I play an evil scientist that somehow is maybe the team leader, and everyone listens to me for some unknown reason.
Is that the Afropunk game?
Yes.
That game is great. I've tuned in that a couple times. I thoroughly like that game. Anytime I can catch it.
I'm living my most Shadow Weaver self in that thing.
It's a really cool game.
It's so much fun. Everyone's great. Pro's great.
Very cool, very cool. Awesome. And of course, let's not forget that Shauna also did all the beautiful artwork of all the witches that you see posted up everywhere. And Percy.
Hello. Sorry, my cat just jumped on my lap and is
Oh.
doing something really weird. Hi,
Where can we find
I'm
you, Tiff?
Tiffany. You can find me on the North by Northwest podcast with Dot. I do player and GM-y things there. And you can catch me on all the socials doing sewing things at RTS Cosplay.
Nice.
That's it.
That's-
Listen to our podcast.
Oh yeah, here, I can do this thing. You should, because I'm
You
actually
should.
GMing right now for the current season, so if you want to tune in and hear probably one of the weirdest campaigns I'm going to probably ever make in my lifetime. It's pretty surreal and very narrative. It's kind of interesting. So come tune into that. That just kicked off for Volume 4.
Yes.
and last week. And I'm Dot. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you, like I said, don't already support the channel, there's so many different ways to do that. And also just sharing how much you love the channel is a great way. If you want to get more involved or just stay in the know, the Discord is the best place to do that. That is really where the Dotluck community lives and thrives, so come on over and join that. You get a slew of additional benefits when you join the Patreon, including access to the after show, which we're going to go record right now. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I want to remind you of the game tomorrow night, and I feel like there was one other really important thing I was supposed to talk about, but I can't. Oh, the giveaway! The giveaway launches first thing tomorrow morning. In this giveaway for Witch Girls, there will be a hard copy of Witch Girl Adventures, looking a little something like this. Inside of that, there's going to be a set of witchy die, along with a dice bag made by Tiffany herself. An incredible, spoopy, potentially witchy dice tray made by Eris Safad. Stickers, thanks to Shauna. And we've got Catherine with some 3D printed mini of look at that,
Mr. Whiskers.
Mr. Whiskers!
Oh, I haven't seen it yet, of Mr. Whiskers himself. So if you want in on all of this, and there will be more things coming, I can promise you that. So keep your ear to the ground. That giveaway is actually going to be live on Twitter first thing tomorrow morning, and we'll post it again next Tuesday, same dot time, same dot channel, right here for Witch Girl Adventures. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, be nice.
Guys.
Or be
Be a
toad.
toad.
Yeah!
Eventually we'll get it.
Or be framed
You
for
do way
murder.
better if I don't
Yeah,
say
framed for
anything. So.
We'll make your life better.
Bye, everybody.